Hello everyone, welcome back to another one of my vids. It is a haul vid. Picked up only a couple of little bits this week. The weather did affect the boot fairs a bit, so there wasn't so much around. And there is a little thing that I will also be talking about as well, but I'll get to that in a minute. First of all, I'll just go through what I picked up. First thing, which is the lesser thing, is one of the little sort of Robot Heroes versions of one G1 characters, which is Thundercracker. It's quite, quite a nice little just figurine. So it goes along with the Shockwave, a few of the other little figures I picked up. I think there was a G1 Hound and that as well. So just a little fun thing really. I also picked up, I'd say he's classed as a Legends class rather than Cyberverse, but the animated Bumblebee, which I haven't got, which is again another not bad little figure. It's animated, it's not really the line I go for, but he's not too bad, and he's quite a good little vehicle mode, so not bad. These are all something like 10p each, something like that I think. And one of the others which I did have to put together, and I think he's part of a like a combiner, but there's two figures and they go together. I think it's Jetfire from the animated line or something like that. I haven't actually had a chance to look him up yet, but I found him and he was missing a leg, and I hunted through all of the other parts and bits of toys and everything laying on like a big rug at this boot fair, and managed to find his leg eventually. So I think he's complete, unless there's any sort of missing weapons now. But as I say, I haven't had a chance to really look him up yet. But he's not a bad little figure. But again, from the animated line, so not quite the style I go for, but not too bad. He's still a little bit sort of reasonable in his vehicle mode and that. And the last one, which I was sort of quite chuffed to get, I have seen this figure before. Not quite sure if he's classed as, well, I don't think it's a Cybertron line, but it might be one of the sort of classic 25th anniversary sort of line Transformers, which is Silverbolt. Now he's quite a good sort of jet mode. It's sort of like similar to a cross between a SR-71 Blackbird and the sort of stealth bomber, sort of like with the style with the back on the wings. Electronics and everything work. So you've got the engines and you've got the gun lights and everything like that. So yeah, I was pretty chuffed with that, and he sent me back the grand total of 50p. So again, nice bargain. As I say, transformation on this guy's pretty easy. I just quickly change him as I'm talking to you. Now the other little thing I was going to talk about, which a couple of people have asked me about, and I've commented on the video in question anyway, was a video what TF Knowlesy had put up. I think his real name's John. I'll call him Knowlesy so it saves confusion with myself. But he had put up one about ridiculing of Transformer reviewers and just on YouTube generally. Excuse the clicking, I'll just change it. It was very nice of him to sort of mention me and sort of like, give effectively like a shout out. That's always nice. But I can't really say I class myself as ever being ridiculed. Now I've had an email more privately from Luke, which is Action Jackman, sort of like offering me sort of almost a bit of support, which is again really nice thing to do. Sort of, from someone I've met on YouTube, and that sort of community spirit is really sort of nice. But I've never really classed myself as being ridiculed through lack of views or lack of subs. As I said, I think I commented on Pred's response to the to Knowlesy's vid. I don't do this for money or sort of be famous or anything like that. I just do it, show the sort of bits I've got, and like tonight, show some of the bits what I've picked up, just for general interest. If anyone else is a collector, you know, show what's out there and just sort of show my sort of collection. As sort of more so with the reviews, as if I review a figure, you know, I'll get to show other fans what I've got, and you know, it might sort of like interest them. If they haven't got that figure, they might want to then pick it up. I'll give an honest opinion of the pros and cons of them. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't really class myself as ever being ridiculed. I haven't really had many negative sort of encounters or experiences on YouTube. Certainly not enough that it's going to bother me. I mean, I'm a grown man. I've been called worse than anything I'll ever get called on here. But yeah, it was I'm not quite sure what spurred him to sort of class it as being ridiculed. I know that, again, a couple of the other guys he mentioned haven't got a great deal of subscribers as well, and again, that's nice if you're giving them a shout out, but I don't really class that those other guys have been ridiculed by lack of viewers, as I've subbed to them. I found them just simply because I was looking for other Transformers fans, and in essence I sort of like, you know, I thought, well yeah, they put stuff up what's interesting, I'll sub to them. So I've got quite a variety of people I've subbed to, from the real famous ones that we probably all have subbed to, like Few, and well, SMS number 1, Collect 75, Wolfgang, and Nosey. So I class them as sort of more famous on here, or more well known, if you want to put it a different way. But I subscribe to people I like. Now, if anyone finds that, you know, my videos aren't that much of interest to them, or I'm doing the same figures as they've seen a million times over, I don't expect, you know, a million hits on a video and that, down to that. But you know, sometimes I come up with an older Transformer that maybe somebody hasn't sort of reviewed, or not as much, and might be a little bit rarer and might interest some of the newer fans. That's more, again, why I've possibly more stuck to doing the G1 figures I've got. I did obviously have a break where I sort of came out of Transformers for a while, so I haven't got a lot of like Beast Wars and Armada and Energon, which again is why sort of going around to the boot fairs is a good excuse. I can pick them up, and they're dirt cheap. Obviously you're only going to get them second hand now anyway, so it gives me an opportunity to get those figures at a cheap price and bulk up my collection. And again, you know, if I sort of complete them, or I get them complete, I can do a review on it for people. But yeah, I don't quite class it as ridiculing, though. For those people that have offered me support since the video, you know, that's really nice. It does show that there is some community spirit out on YouTube, and yeah, that's about it. So not a lot else to say, so I'll just finish changing silver buttons. I've done everything but the last bit, which is the head reveal, which I do like because it does the G1 transformation sound, and I think you agree, a really nice figure. So I'll probably do a review on him at some point. I will have to check to make sure that there's no other accessories that he's missing, but other than maybe a weapon, I can't really think that there is anything missing. He does look complete. And all I say is thanks everyone for watching, and thank you for all my new subscribers. I did pick up a couple more, including Pred, who did subscribe to me, even though he did sort of say after Knowles' video that he sort of chooses who he subs to and that, which again, you know, that's quite nice, because he didn't have to sub to me, but he has subbed to me, and he has subsequently viewed and commented on a few of my older vids as well. And I would say, anyone, you know, if you're watching this vid or any of the sort of like former ones, you know, have a good look through. There might be something else I've done a review of in the past that you might well find interesting. There might be something else that I've done a sort of rarer G1 or something like that. Obviously I haven't got everything, but if anyone is interested in a particular review of a figure, or one you've seen what I've picked up and you'd like to see a review of, drop me a line and I'll get round to doing it as soon as I can for you. Still more G1 to do. I've still got some more G1s yet before I get through all my collection. I have to move on to things like the movie line figures and that. But I tend to try and jump between them anyway, so it doesn't get too samey with just solidly G1 and then solidly movie. I try and add a bit of variety in there for people. Anyway, I'm waffling now, so I shall finish this vid and say thank you again to everybody who's watching and everybody who's subbed, and feel free to comment or subscribe. Thanks for watching.